There is a statistic that floats around the darker corners of actuarial science, something known as the birthday effect. Data analysis suggests that human beings are somewhere between 6.7 and 14% more likely to die on their own birthday than on any other day of the year. It sounds like a grim coincidence, but you do not find this statistic frightening. For you, it is just another piece of data confirming what you have felt for years, that birthdays are not celebrations of life, but heavy, exhausting reminders of mortality, obligation, and forced social performance. You are the person who secretly deactivates your Facebook timeline 2 days before your birthday to avoid the avalanche of superficial well wishes. You treat your special day with the exact same emotional neutrality as a rainy Tuesday in mid-November. Think back to the moment the magic faded. You can probably remember the exact year the shift happened. You were sitting there, the lights flicked off, and a room full of people began singing a slow, uncoordinated song while you stared awkwardly at a burning cake. You were required to perform gratitude, surprise, and happiness on command. The weight of that expectation settled in your chest like a stone. You realized that the day wasn't actually about you. It was about managing the emotions of everyone else in the room. You hit a breaking point. You decided to opt out of the theater. In my analysis, I have found that society is incredibly quick to label this withdrawal as depressing. But what you are actually doing is executing a highly sophisticated form of emotional insurance. Psychology today defines a phenomenon known as the birthday blues. For the perfectionist, the birthday represents a dangerous vulnerability gap. The subconscious calculation is ruthless. If I organize a gathering, will people actually show up? If I expect to feel loved, will I just end up feeling overlooked? By demanding absolutely nothing of the day, you ensure the day cannot let you down. You preemptively neutralize the threat of disappointment. To understand the root cause of this avoidance, we must look at how your brain processes time. When a birthday approaches, your brain's default mode network goes into overdrive. It triggers chronophobia, the visceral fear of time passing. We live in a society that aggressively equates youth with value. For a deeply analytical mind, a birthday is not a celebration. It is a loud notification that your biological battery is draining. Research from Adam Alter at the NYU Stern School of Business highlights a concept known as the 9 enders. These are people aged 29, 39, 49, and so on. His studies found that as human beings approach the end of a decade, they are significantly more likely to experience a profound existential crisis. For the person who treats their birthday like a normal day, ignoring the date is a subconscious strategy to silence that ticking clock. If you refuse to acknowledge the milestone, you do not have to confront the existential accountant that lives in your head, that critical voice holding a clipboard, asking what you have actually achieved over the last year. I honestly believe we pathologize introversion far too much. Johns Hopkins Medicine notes that for individuals with social anxiety, being the center of attention triggers a literal fight-or-flight response. Your nervous system perceives the attention as a threat. Furthermore, research proves that introverts process dopamine entirely differently than extroverts. The loud reward of a birthday party is perceived by an extroverted brain as fuel, but to your brain, it is a severe energy tax. When you treat your birthday like a normal day, you are being economical with your neurological energy. You choose peace over performance. There is also a powerful element of control at play, rooted deeply in attachment theory. Your birthday is the one day of the year where your emotional state is dependent on the actions of other people. Will they remember? Will they text? This places you in a passive, vulnerable position, waiting for external validation. For those with a high need for control, often developed as a childhood survival mechanism, this passivity is intolerable. By deciding to treat the day as completely normal, by going to work, hitting the gym, and refusing to mention the date, you ruthlessly regain your power. You flip the script. You are building an emotional fortress, sending a silent message that says, I'm not sad that you forgot because I did not want you to remember in the first place. In an era where loneliness is a literal epidemic, this preemptive rejection is a masterclass in self-preservation. You cannot be lonely at a party you never planned. You transform isolation into a chosen sanctuary. In my research, I have observed that this rejection of the birthday narrative is rarely about fear. More often, it is driven by pure, high IQ pragmatism. This is the Stoic superpower. Through the lens of hyperrationality, a birthday is logically meaningless. It is simply a celestial mechanic, the Earth completing one more routine orbit around the Sun. It has zero inherent bearing on your personal growth or value. High-performing individuals view the social obligation of a birthday, the expensive dinners, the endless coordination, the agonizing small talk, as a massive inefficiency. They are not cynical, they are fiercely practical. They prefer to celebrate a project launch, a personal breakthrough, or a random Tuesday when they actually feel a surge of joy. Rejecting your birthday is the ultimate form of modern individualism. It is a total refusal to conform to the consumerist mandate that insists you must spend money on a manufactured event just to prove to the world that you are loved. So if you intentionally work on your birthday, refuse to tell the barista it is your special day, and feel a quiet wave of relief when the clock finally strikes midnight, understand this: you are not broken. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your psychological wiring. You are a realist. You are a pragmatist. You are someone who values deep, authentic connection over the cheap, fleeting applause of a crowd. The most lonely place in the world is being surrounded by people singing happy birthday when you just want to be invisible. If that resonates with your soul, it is because you crave profound authenticity. You do not want a day of mandated attention. You want a lifetime of genuine intention. Your behavior is a sign of deep psychological maturity. You have successfully moved past the childhood need for external validation. You have realized that true happiness is not a scheduled event on a calendar. You have taken ownership of your time, your energy, and your peace. If this analysis pierced the veil of your own behavior, or if you felt deeply seen by the reality of the existential accountant and the quiet power of the Stoic defense, then you are exactly where you belong. Welcome to Deep Psyche Decode. Do not let society pressure you into a paper hat and a plastic noisemaker if it violates the peace of your own psyche. Treat every day like a gift, or treat every day like a challenge, but always do it strictly on your own terms. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We release new, deep psychological breakdowns every single week to help you understand the unseen mechanisms behind what we do. Share this with a friend who hates their birthday. They will deeply appreciate that you finally understand them without ever trying to throw them a party.